Okay, take a look at the Rode VXLR. So there it is. It's actually got kind of a nice weight to it, so you can tell this is actually made out of metal. We got our XLR on one side, we got the 3.5 on the other. It is actually threaded, so if you have one of those mics that can thread on, you can use that with this. Now what's cool about this is that it takes the 48-volt phantom power that you would normally be able to put out, and that turns that into 5-volt phantom power, so we can actually use this with things like lav mics. So any mic that's going to require 5-volt power, this can actually make that work. We do have a clip on here. And it looks like that does pop off, so we can use that with or without that clip. And it is important to note that I want to use a TRS, not a TRRS. So this has 3 contacts, this has 4. So I'm going to be using an adapter to convert that down. And I can plug that in, and I'm going to use line 2. Okay, right now I am recording using the lav mic, same lav mic that I had plugged into the camera. Of course, I am monitoring it live. And from what I can tell, it actually sounds very good on this. So this is great. I can actually use this as an interface to the computer. I can use it just like this as a standalone device, so I can get my audio recordings in the field, so I can walk away from the camera and I can just use this as a portable lav device. Now, right now I am at 16. I'm going to increase that. This is 32. Test, 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 test. And this is 64. Test, 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 test. But the really cool thing about this is that I can bring the volume way up. Test, 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 test. So that was beyond peaking, but the great thing about this and the 32-bit is I can take that volume, I can bring it down, and I can still get the audio that was in there. So even if I'm in an environment where the sound is constantly changing levels, I don't have to freak out about that. So that's what makes this worth every penny. So yeah, this adapter, this thing is awesome. The fact that I can now use my F3 with my lav, this is awesome. This is a fantastic setup.